Dear learner, welcome in my lecture of Programming in Java. I am Dr. Ashutosh Kumar Bhatt, Associate Professor, School of Computer Science and IT, Uttarakhand Open University, Haldwani. Today I will discuss about Java class libraries, Java tokens, keywords and data type. I will also discuss about data type with primitive data type and non-primitive data type, and Java constant, numeric as well as non-numeric constant along with Java token and keyword. So these are the learning objective of this lecture. So first of all, Java token. Java compiler breaks the line of code into text is called Java token. So a small part of our program, a small element of our program is called Java token. So you can see in this program, here we have given one program, public class token demo, and inside this token demo class you can see public static void main string args, and inside this void main we have mentioned here string system.out.println presentation of UOU. So this is the message presentation of UOU, and in case of this program, the tokens, Java tokens are in the above code. The tokens are public, class, demo, curly bracket, static, void, main, simple bracket, string, args, square bracket, system, out, println, and the message presentation of UOU are the Java token. So each element of the program is called the Java token. So this is Java token, and you can see again these are the smallest element of Java program. So Java tokens are smallest element, and the compiler identified these word as a token. So these smallest element are called token, and it is identified by the compiler. So this is Java token, this is the program, and the program has each word means each element, each smallest part of this program is called Java token. And again these tokens are separated by delimiters. So the each and every tokens of any Java program is separated by the delimiters. It is useful for compiler to detect the error. So many times it is helpful for compiler to detect the error. So these are the benefit of this Java token, and the different Java tokens are comment is a part of Java token, keyword are the part of Java token, identifier are also part of Java token, literals, operators, separators, they all are part of Java token. So everything comes under Java token. So by this picture you can understand it. Again the Java compiler translates these token into Java bytecode, and further these bytecode are executed inside the interpreted Java environment. So finally we can say that the compiler of Java translate Java token into Java bytecode. Now I am coming on the Java keywords. So this is the second part of our lecture. So keyword are, these are the different keyword of the Java like abstract, boolean, byte, break, class, else, catch, character means char, continue, default, do, double, else, extends, final, finally, float, for, if, implements, import, instance of, integer, interface, long, extends. So these all are the Java keywords. So we cannot declare any variable with the name of these keywords. So it means that these keyword cannot be treated as a variable. So these are the specific words which are used in the Java program. So they are called Java keywords. So you can see here some definition of some keyword like boolean. So boolean a data type that can only store true and false value, and the same time break out the loop of switch block. So this break statement, break keyword is used inside the switch statement, as well as it is used with any looping statement, either it is for loop, while loop or do while loop. And byte a data type that can store whole numbers from -128 to +127. So this, the data of this range can be stored inside the byte. Case, this is used with the switch case statement. So marks a block of code in switch statement. Catch, this is related to the exception handling. So the catch exception generated by try statement. So after try we will have to use catch. If any error caught it under try block, it will be cached by the catch block. And the last one is the char. So char is represent the character, a data type that is used to store single character, that is char. Again you can see here Java keyword, some other keyword like continue keyword. In with break statement we can use sometime continue statement, continue to the next iteration of the loop. And else statement, this is used with the f, it's used for the conditional statement. Enum, this is the full form of enum is enumerated. So declare the enumerated type, so we use enum. Extend is used for extending, it is used in case of the inheritance. So extend a class, to extend a class we will use extend. Final, non-access modifier, this is also a non-access modifier, is used for the classes, attribute and methods, which makes them non-changeable, or we cannot import any class if it is declared as a final type. So these are the different keywords. Now the third part of this lecture, that is Java constant. So constant plays very important role in the Java. So to declare any variable as a constant, we use final keyword. Constant is a value that cannot be changed after assigning it. So constant value means fixed value we will store inside the final variable, and final keyword is used to declare a final variable. But sometimes we use static final, static as and final keyword, data type and identifier name equals to value. So this is the syntax of declaring the constant. So first of all we have to write static, then we will write final. So static and final are used simultaneously. And then data type, it may be integer, float, character, and identifier name is variable name, means constant variable name. So always it will be in capital letter. And you can see in the next line static final double price. So static final, so this this variable is declared here static as well as final type, and data type is double, and variable name is price is in capital letter because it is a variable, and because it is constant variable, identifier is used here. So identifier always be assumed or written as a capital letter. So according to the Java naming convention, the identifier name must be in capital letter. That's why we have written here price as a capital letter. So price is a identifier here also. Now syntax to declare the constant in Java. If we declare a variable or as static, all the object of the class will be able to access the variable and can be changed its value. Suppose we have declared any variable as a static type, only static type. So the single copy of that static variable will be shared by all the object, all the instance of that object, and everywhere we can use same variable. But in any one class, if we change the variable value of the variable, then it will be reflected in all classes. So this is the problem in case of the static. So to overcome this problem, we use the final modifier with static modifier. So in that case, to recover this drawback, we have to use static as well as final, both modifier. So both will be used with the variable. So when a variable defined as a final, the multiple instances of the same constant value will be created for every different object. So that's why we are mentioning here public static final. So you can see in this example static final double. So this price is a static as well as final, and its data type is double, but it is static, it is final variable, it is constant variable. So the variable constant are two types, numeric constant and non-numeric constant. So again we will divide the numeric constant as a numeric integer constant and numeric real constant. In case of the integer constant means whole value. So here we have different integer constant, and real constant are the longer value than integer constant, and same time non-numeric constant, they are first of all first category, that is string, and the second category is character. So string, you already know the string, what is the use of string. So it is encapsulated inside the double quotes, and we write it accordingly, while the character constants are written inside the single quotes. Like you can see here, 5 is written inside the single quotes, as well as x is written inside the single quotes. Those character constant will be written inside single quotes. However, string constant will be written inside the double quotes. So these are two categories, string constant as well as character constant. And in case of the numeric, you can see here integer constant as well as real constant. So these are the categories of constant, different categories of constant. So static final data type identifier name equals to value. So this is the syntax. First of all we will write static, then final keyword, then we will write here data type. It may be either integer, float, character, and double, long. So any type of the data type of this identifier name variable, and we are assigning a particular value to it. So you can see in the next line, so in the first line we have the syntax, and in the second line we are assigning the value 47.7 to the price variable, while price is identifier and this price variable is a constant variable. You can see here final is written before it, and static also written here. So final static, if final static is prefixed with any variable, so it means it is the static, it is the constant variable. So the price is a constant variable, but the nature of this price variable is double type, means we can store double value inside this static as well as constant variable. The double is the data type of price and is the identifier name in which the value 47.77 is assigned here also. So again you can see here, when we use static and final modifier together, the variable remain static and can be initialized once. So static, this you know this rule of static variable. So always a static variable is initialized only once, and after that it will be changed accordingly, and in any class we can change it, and it will be, if we change suppose in one class, then the change will reflect in another class also. It share a common memory location for all objects of its containing class. So it share the common memory location. So the common variable will be created, and it is shared by the different object of all objects its containing class. Now the use of constant in programming makes the program easy and understandable, which can be easily understood by the others. So it makes the programming easier. So this is very beneficial for any programming language. So some variable which are having the nature of the fixed value, like pi, you can understand in mathematics, pi has its unique value, and it can be used in any program, in any mathematical calculation, it will be same. So it will be declared as a constant type variable. So now see this example where we are declaring the constant. So in this program you can see here import java.utl.scanner. So first line, this is java.utl.scanner. So we are inputting one value in this program, so that's why we have mentioned here utl.scanner. So this is used for the scanning, means input for input any value in the Java program. Now see the program, that is public class constant example, and we have mentioned here private static final double price. So this price variable is a constant type variable, and its value is 47.77. So this variable is private type variable. We can declare it at a private type, and this is a static final. So final is a constant type, and static means suppose we are creating more than one instance of that file. So in all instance of the file, the value static means it will be same. So now see public static void main and string args. So inside this we have declared two variable. First is quantity, this is integer type, and the second variable is amount, this is double type. So one is integer and another one is the double type. So these are the two variable. Now we have mentioned here system.out.println, and we have mentioned here this message input the number of unit. So we are giving here this message to input the number of units. Now see, by using this scanner, first of all we will declare the object of the scanner class equals to new scanner system.in. So system.out represent the output device, means monitor, and system.in will represent to our keyboard. So it means it will take the input from the keyboard. And then we have mentioned here quantity. So quantity equals to sc is the sc. The first of all we have mentioned here sc, which is object of the scanner class. So by using this object we will scan, we will input the next integer value. So next int is a function. By using this function we will input the value of integer, and now we have amount, that was the third variable. So in this variable we will calculate the value of price and quantity. So suppose the price of any item which is you can see here 47.77, and suppose we have purchased 100 unit of that one. So you can see here quantity, so 100 multiply 47.77. So you can see the output where we have mentioned then input the number of unit 100 and the total bill amount that will be calculated 100 multiply 47.77. So it finally it will calculated 4777. So you can see here system.out.println, that is message, the message is total bill amount. You can see the same message will be in the output. So this is the program. So I have given you the demonstration of the constant. So after creating any constant variable, we can use this constant variable in this way. So this is the program of constant. And now the next part of this lecture, that is data type in Java. So data type is also very important part of the Java programming. So before starting any calculation, before starting any process, we have to declare or we have to define data type, define the variable using data type. So this is the main purpose of the data type. So you can see here there are different types of the data type. So character, byte, short, integer, long, float, double. So these are the different basic data type. So there are two category of data type. So these category are primitive data type, referred to as simple type, or sometimes we can say it is basic data type also, and non-primitive data type, that is also called derived data type, which is created by primitive data type by primary or simple data type. So non-primitive data type includes classes, interfaces and arrays. So these classes, interfaces and arrays, they are developed by they are created by the primitive data type. So that's why they both are the part of data type, and they are also called, that's why they are also called derived data type, which is derived from the primitive data type. So again you can see Java is a strictly typed programming language. So you must have to write the code strictly, you must have to write the line of code in Java. However, in new programming languages, we configure the program, so automatically it create the coding of that program. So, but in case of the Java, we first of all we have to type the programming language, and then we have to compile it accordingly. It will give the answer. It means all variable must be declared before its use. So in that case, we must have to define the variable before processing it. So variable declaration is the important part, and that data type declaration is under this variable declaration. So you can see in the third line, you can see that is why we need declare variables type and more. So that's why we are declaring the variable type, and this way variable type can be declared. And in last line, you can see here data types, especially the different size and values that can be stored in the variable. So different type of data. If data is float type, then it will store the float variable. If it is integer type, then it will be stored in the integer variable. So these are the different usage of data type, benefits of data type, and primitive data type and non-primitive data type. I have already explained you these two categories of the data type. Now see the first category, that is primitive data type. So this primitive data type, we have the list of primitive data type. So first of all, boolean, that is stored for true and false value. Character, that is stored single character, but its size is 16-bit, means 2 byte, and byte, its size it is 1 byte or 8-bit. It will also store integer value. Now see the sort is a category of integer, and it covers 16-bit integer, means 2 byte integer. Next is the integer, where integer it is 32-bit integer, it means it will store 4 byte data. Long, it will store 64-bit, means 8 byte of data. So this is long. And float is the just half of long, so it store 32-bit, means 4 byte data, and double is the double of float, so it stores 64-bit floating point data. And string will store any name, any word. So string class of the manipulating string. So this is also used for in case of the basic data type. And now again see primitive data type, the different category of primitive data type. Integer, this group includes byte, short, integer and long, which are for whole valued signed number. The second category is floating point number. This group includes float and double, which represent numbers and fractional precision. And correct, this group include character, which represent the symbol in character set, like letters and numbers. And finally we have this boolean group, and boolean group includes boolean, which especially the type that representing true and false value. So this way we have categorized it into 4 category: integer category, float category, character category, number 4 boolean category. Integer category, where we will store whole value like short, integer, long, etc. And floating point category, where we can store the value which is not whole values, which is fractional value. So these are the data type, float and double in this category. And character, where we can store single character. So this is character group. And the fourth is the boolean group, where we can store true and false value. Now again you can see this primitive and non-primitive by the diagram. So here primitive type has first category, that is boolean, and the second category is numeric. And under numeric we have character as well as integer as well as floating point. And this character, we have single character, we can store single character on it. And in integer we can store byte, short, long, integer, long. And floating point we have float and double. There are 2 categories. So these are the different category. And Java primitive type, again you can see Java primitive data type. In Java language, primitive data types are the building blocks of the data manipulation. So they are very important part, and when we start the program, first of all we have to declare the variable. So that's why this Java primitive data type is very important. These are the most basic data type available in Java language. So in Java language they are very important part, they are very important. Now again you can see the character. Thus in Java, character is 16-bit type. 16-bit type means 2 byte. The range of character is 0 to 65,536. However, the boolean type, it can store true and false value. Java has the primitive type called boolean for logical value. Logical value means true and false value, and it can have only one or two possible values. Either we can store true or we can store false in the boolean type. Now the last is the integer. You can see in this last slide we have another integer type data type. They are long, integer, short and byte. So the length of each data type is given in third column. So the range, we can say the range like byte, the range of byte is -128 to +127, and the same time the short byte, the range of short is -32,708 to 32,767, and the same time their width means their memory size is also given here. The byte takes 8-bit means 1 byte, however short takes 16-bit means 2 byte, integer takes 32-bit means 4 byte, and long takes 64-bit means 8 byte. So same time we have been floating point type, and in floating point type we have double and float, and double where its size is 64-bit means 8 byte, and float the size of float is 32-bit means 4 byte. So you can see here the range of these double and float also. So finally we can say, after this after listening this lecture, dear learner, you can understand the outcome of this lecture means you can understand Java token, Java keywords, Java constant, both numeric and non-numeric Java constant, final and static keyword, the importance of the final and static keyword, using these keywords simultaneously, and Java data types like primitive data type, non-primitive data type, and the category of different primitive as well as non-primitive data type. Thank you learner, thank you very much.